We hear so much noise these days about AI taking over the world, right? Well, today we're cutting straight through all that hype in this explainer. We're going to completely demystify exactly how busy professionals, and total beginners, honestly, are turning AI into a very realistic $500 to $1,000 a month side hustle. We'll be looking at actual proven blueprints from creators and freelancers who are using these tools right now to generate real income. So, whether you're working a demanding full-time job or you're just looking for a creative outlet that actually pays, consider this your ultimate roadmap. Here is our exact syllabus for the day. First, we'll cover the new AI gold rush. Second, the shift from consumer to creator. Third, the essential AI toolkit. Then we'll dive into 3 proven AI hustles, followed by how to build, market, and scale, and we'll wrap it all up with your 30-day action plan. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the new AI gold rush. So here is the absolute truth of the matter. AI is not here to replace you. Not at all. It is actually here to empower you. We are literally in the middle of a digital gold rush, and the early adopters, they're just competing smarter, not harder. Think about how electricity completely transformed the world back in the 1900s. At first, only huge factories used it, but soon enough, it powered every single home and business. AI is the exact same thing. It is the new electricity. It's really not about sci-fi robots. It's about smart systems that can write, design, and automate tasks for you. It essentially gives a single person the output power of an entire team. How crazy is that? Moving right along to section 2, shifting from consumer to creator. Okay, before you even think about touching any software, we have to make this massive, vital mental shift. We need to move from being a consumer, someone who just uses AI to passively browse and, let's be honest, escape reality, to being a creator who actually uses it to build value and solve real problems. Let's get real for a second. Most people spend hours on social media just consuming content that someone else created. But the creators, they're the ones actually getting paid for what everyone else is consuming. So you have to ask yourself, are you just using AI to escape reality, or are you going to use it to build a better one? Once you make that mental shift to get over that initial fear of, oh, I'm not tech savvy enough to do this, you've got to adopt these 3 core beliefs of an AI entrepreneur. First step, everything is learnable. You absolutely do not need a computer science degree. Modern AI is literally as easy to use as a messaging app. Second, done is better than perfect. AI heavily rewards speed and experimentation, so just launch your idea and iterate later. And third, value first, profit follows. If you're using AI to genuinely solve a real problem for people, the money naturally follows. Which brings us perfectly to section 3, the essential AI toolkit. Now, what's truly wild here is just how simple and cheap your actual toolkit can be. We're talking text, design, video, and automation, all for under $50 a month. You do not need hundreds of complicated apps. You just use ChatGPT or Claude for brainstorming and writing. You use Canva or Midjourney for stunning visual layouts. Then you use HeyGen or Pictory to turn that content into high-performing video. And finally, the glue holding it all together, you use Zapier to stitch everything onto autopilot. Boom. It's a completely lean, automated production line. Now, for you overachievers ready to really push the boundaries, there was one developer on Reddit who used something called a MAC kernel structure. That stands for Multi-Agent Continuity Kernel. Using this, they built an entire 5-product platform in just 7 days. Basically, think of a Mac kernel as a super strict set of rules for the AI. By creating fixed slots for decisions and saving the state of the project, meaning what's already been done and exactly what tasks come next, they completely stopped the AI from getting confused or forgetting the context across multiple sessions. And get this, they were working a full-time job. They still managed to launch a complete business stack just by structuring their prompts efficiently. Let's move into section 4, 3 proven AI hustles. Hustle number 1, AI content writing. One creator pulled in exactly $485 on Newsbreak in just 7.5 hours using SEO writing tools. But here's the secret. He didn't just lazily copy and paste. He used AI to generate the bulk drafts, sure, but then he manually went in and added quotes, tweets, and his own personal insights to make them feel genuinely human. By targeting trending news topics, his hourly rate ended up averaging out to $62 an hour on a totally average month. Not bad, right? Hustle number 2 is what we call a multi-tool freelancing approach. Another creator literally stacked tools, combining ChatGPT, Midjourney, and 11 Labs to earn $620 in a single week. Check out this breakdown. In just 7 days, they made $300 writing blog posts for small businesses on Fiverr using ChatGPT. Then they made another $120 selling AI-generated illustrations on Etsy. And they topped the whole thing off by making $200 creating a really slick AI voiceover video for a local business. Total time spent on all of that? About 10 hours. Hustle number 3, faceless YouTube automation. Now this one relies heavily on finding what are known as ghost niches so you can actually stand out in the algorithm. Listen, most internet gurus will tell you to just copy successful channels. That is a terrible idea today because those niches are completely saturated. Instead, you've got to find a ghost niche. So, for example, instead of doing a super broad channel on general men's fashion, you drill way down to something completely untouched, like business casual haircuts. It's highly specific, entirely ignored by competitors, and perfectly primed for explosive growth. So how do you actually build that out? Well, you can use AI tools like VidNinjas or Kumu to map out related knowledge nodes and pick a really highly specific pillar topic. From there, your script must provide what's called net information gain. See, YouTube's algorithm now uses this thing called a gist filter. If your AI script sounds exactly like the millions of other generic AI scripts out there, it just gets blocked. Net information gain means you are actively adding new angles, original experiences, or a totally unique perspective to pass that filter. If you combine an original script with a solid ghost niche, you can realistically monetize a channel in just 2 weeks with only 3 videos. All right, section 5, build, market, and scale.
Because look, creating a product, that's really only half the battle. We need to know how to take a simple idea, build it, and then place it on a platform like Shopify or Amazon KDP to generate passive income. First, you pick a product type and find a very specific pain point to solve. You have to ask, does my product save time? Does it make people money? Does it reduce stress? If it hits any of those, people will buy it. So you draft the actual content with ChatGPT, you make it look gorgeous by designing the layout in Canva, and then you just upload it to sell. And the best part? Once it's live, it can sell forever with literally 0 inventory costs.
But obviously, building it just isn't enough. You have to drive traffic. Ultimately, marketing is simply about helping the right people find your product at the right time. And faceless videos on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, or Instagram are the perfect vehicle to help those specific people find your solution. You don't even have to put your face on camera. You can use tools to generate avatar videos or just compile engaging stock footage with crisp AI voiceovers. The goal is to consistently post short, value-driven clips every day that naturally funnel your target audience directly back to your storefront. Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, your 30-day action plan. We've covered a ton of ground, but this is where the rubber actually meets the road. Sourced directly from a wildly successful Reddit freelancer, this 30-day timeline proves you absolutely do not need a fancy website. You just need one clear lane, 2 or 3 solid samples, and relentless daily outreach. Seriously, do not try to offer everything to everyone. For day 1, just pick a lane, whether that's content, design, or automation. On days 2 and 3, build a super simple brand with a few mockups. Then, for days 4 through 30, your only job is sending daily, highly tailored proposals on Upwork or directly to founders on LinkedIn. And remember, the real magic always happens in the follow-up. The biggest takeaway here? The barrier to entry has literally never been lower. And the real winners in this space are simply the ones who take action today. Like the saying goes, the best time to start was yesterday. The second best time is today. You really don't need investor capital or some massive team. You just need your laptop, a handful of those affordable AI tools we talked about, and the sheer consistency to actually put your ideas out into the world. You have an unbelievable amount of leverage sitting right at your fingertips. So you've got the blueprint, you've got the toolkit, you've got the exact case studies. The only variable left in this equation is execution. The AI gold rush is happening right now, whether you participate or not. So the ball is in your court. Are you going to keep endlessly consuming, or are you finally ready to start creating? Which AI hustle are you going to launch today?